Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And today I wanted to do a little bit of a book discussion on here, and I kind of wanted to see what other people thought about the same topic. I was like going around today looking for a book to pick for my vacation. This is a pre-recorded video, so by the time that you have watched this video or are watching this video, I am probably on a plane headed for Las Vegas for my anniversary. My husband and I have been together for 10 years, and we have been married 7 years this upcoming Saturday. So, there's gonna be a lot of laying around the pool, a lot of just like hanging out, you know, the flight and all that kind of stuff. So I was trying to pick a book that I could read while I was there, and I wanted to read something that was kind of exciting, a little bit different, you know? And every book I gravitated towards was like 200 or 300 pages. And I was thinking to myself, every book you always gravitate towards is always about 200 or 300 pages. Like, I don't like to read books that are a lot longer than that. And I was thinking that in the last couple years, there's been a lot of books that I've talked about that I've wanted to read, like the Illuminae series, or, you know, Helter Skelter, or The Knicks, or A Little Life. These books that are, to some degree, massive to me. They're 800 pages, or, you know, 900 pages, or whatever. And, a couple of them I actually even have on Audible, and they're like 32 hours, and I'm like, oh my god, that is so long. Why did I ever get this book on Audible, but I had a free credit or something like that? But they're really, really long, you know? And it was funny because I was with my friend Tanya, the other night in the car, and we were driving around and we were talking about books, and I was suggesting something to her that was coming out. I don't even remember what the book was now, and she like immediately looked it up, and she was like, oh my god, I'm getting it. And I was like, does it sound good? And she was like, yeah, it sounds really, really good. And she's like, it's 500 pages. And she gets so excited about big books, right? And I was like, well, what is so exciting about 500 pages? And she's like, I love a long book that I can really, you know, get into, and that it'll take me a couple days to read. She can read, honest to God, a book or two a day. She reads like 5 or 6 books a week because she buys these books on Kindle that are like 300 pages or 200 pages, and then she just sits there the better part of her afternoon once she gets home from work and she reads, and that's how she enjoys her time. And I'm like, she just like power reads, right? I told her, I said, you need to start a booktube channel because you read so much. But, so we were talking about that, and I said, you know, I steer away from books that are longer because I feel like I'll never finish them. And I remember reading The Fountainhead years ago, and I just like dragged through it. And then I read Love in the Time of Cholera, which isn't even that long of a book, but I had such a difficult time with it that I literally broke it down to like, if I was gonna finish it in 3 months, how many pages a day I had to read, and I think it was something like 8. Whether it was 3 months, or 4 months, or 2 months, I can't remember, but I do know that I had to read 8 pages a day, and I never finished that book. I was like, I don't wanna read this, I don't like it, I'm not enjoying it. And so maybe the lesson is that if you're enjoying the book, it doesn't really matter what the length is, but if you don't enjoy a book, if it's, you know, 600 pages or 500 pages, it's gonna feel completely treacherous. I don't know. You know, it was interesting because I just started listening to the Harry Potter Audible books, and I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone last year, and it was okay. I didn't really, you know, get into it that much, but this time when I listened to it on Audible, because I love Audible books, and I retain information when I listen to it. Like, I'm very much an audio learner, or is that oral learner? Anyway, if I hear something, I learn it that way. And I don't learn as much reading, which is interesting because I love to read, but I retain the information, or I feel like I'm part of the process more when I'm listening to it. I like learn lyrics to songs very, very quickly. I mean, I can listen to a song one time and kind of know a lot of the lyrics. So I think for me, like, the audio version is more helpful. Well, I'm like halfway through Chamber of Secrets, and I am like loving it. And I was like, I don't ever want this world to end. And it doesn't even feel to me like so many different books. I'm sure this is nothing new to people that have read the Harry Potter books before, but it kind of seems to me just like one long book because I listen to them literally back to back. So it feels to me very much like one big long book, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking the story to continue. And maybe that is the trick behind larger books. And so going forward, I'm going to make a commitment. I want to try to read a couple bigger books this year. I really want to read The Knicks, N-I-X, if you haven't heard of it. It's about a guy, and then he discovers his mom, and she's like homeless, and so, like, they have this, like, anyway. It's supposed to be fantastic. A couple of my friends have read it and loved it. So I really want to read that this year. And I do definitely want to finish Helter Skelter. That has been on my list for like the last 3 years. I actually bought a smaller version of it when I was at Half Price Books not too long ago. I have like a big, that looks like a textbook. I have that version. But then I bought a paperback, that smaller version, and I thought, well, maybe this will be easier for me. See, tricks I'm trying to do to get through a heavier book. People have told me they love the book. I just have such a hard time with the length of it because I don't ever feel like I'm ever going to get anywhere in it, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like longer books or shorter books? I'm going to actually put up a poll, if I remember. I was supposed to put a poll in my video yesterday when I was talking about the book club, and I didn't do that. So let me put a poll up on this video. Do you like longer books? Do you like shorter books? Or does it just not matter to you? And if I forget to put up a poll, you'll see it. It'll come up here. It'll be like a little eye in the corner. If I forget to put the poll up, will you just put in the comment section below what you prefer? Like, I like longer books. I like shorter books. It doesn't really matter to me. Whatever. Because I would like to know. I would like to know how other people feel about that. And I don't consider like, I mean, I'm not thinking like 100-page books is shorter. I'm thinking like 300-page books. That's like typically what I read. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.